Well, hello to everybody out there on the internet. I'm Dakian, and as usual, it's a Monday. I'm bringing you a miniatures ramble. And we're going to start off with showing you some finished minis. I've actually finished quite a few of these red box miniatures. Women, mostly non-humans, I think. It's hard to tell. This one is supposed to be a sort of half-orc. There's no way to tell. I mean, because her face is so small. I mean, maybe there's some tusks there or some orcish features. I can't really say. It's an example of me trying to freehand some sort of design on the shield because it was a big blank surface, and I just drew some random shapes that I came up with to add some color to the whole thing, because otherwise I painted it realistically in you know what a medieval fighter would have. With something like this, which is an elven warrior, I did not go that realistically. I mean, it's like some sort of paladin or something. So I went with bright colors and yeah, the like. And here we have some sort of elven princess or something, or magic user. And I again went with a little more subdued with the colors there. You might recognize some of the colors. If you look at this dark elf, this drow, her skin color is the color of the cloak on this mini. And the red on her outfit is the red of the dress. The blue-white of the hair is the same as the robes on this one, though a little bit whiter, hopefully. The trouble with painting something white, like trying to make white hair, is that you have to shade it with something, and white very strongly takes on the color of what you shade it with. If you look at it at a distance, this looks more blue than white, I'm afraid. But what you gonna do? There's not a lot to do. This one, I'm not sure if this one is actually an elf. It's just a very slightly built female. Some sort of lightly armored, as in not armored at all, fighter. Or maybe a rogue with some daggers. This, I think, is clearly an elven archer. Yeah. And here's another ranger or something. I'm not sure what she is. Again, that blue. Mixed in with the drab ranger colors. Then we have, I think, yes, the three small ones. I think they're supposed to be dwarves. I think they're too small to be dwarves. They're probably halflings or something. We have the crossbow woman here. And what's this? A fighter with the shield and some... Is it? No, she's not wearing chainmail. It's furs. And again, here I freehanded some squiggles on the shield. I don't know if they look like anything at all, but you know, because it was a big blank space. And here we have some sort of wizard or druid or whatever. Yeah. These were kind of hard to paint in that they are so small. They're so tiny. The detail, I really can't get in there. And I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but the eyes are mostly just black slits. I haven't been able to paint whites and pupils on most of them. Well, I tried, but you know, I could fill in the eye socket with black and then paint a thin white line, and then I try to dot in a pupil with black again, and it just fills in the entire socket again. It's hopeless. I can't get a small enough amount of paint in there. But again, nobody will notice this, I suppose, when it's on the tabletop. I finished one more mini. Let's see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I finished an 11th mini, which is this guy. He is... I decided to not just paint him gray. I painted him like there's some sort of heated core to him, like there's magma or something. Like it's a sort of combination fire earth elemental. I'm not sure how much of that still comes across, if you can see the red and the yellow and the cracks. And then the base, I tried to use various crackle mediums, and it never works. It just hopeless trying to get that to look good. The thing with crackle effects is that it's a cool idea and concept. You can never get it to work properly. I mean, for example, in many places, applying the crackle medium just makes the paint rise up and flake off. Like you can see some of the edges here. And, oops, oh yeah. Here's a place that has flaked off after I thought I finished it. You can see the gray primer there. God damn it, I'm gonna have to go in and paint something onto that. I noticed this just now. So it must have happened. It must have happened basically while I was handling this mini. That flake of paint must be somewhere around here. Anyway, the paint job on the mini itself, I'm reasonably pleased with. But anyway, that was my collection of finished stuff for now.
Well, work is progressing very slowly on the Dark Sword minis. You see I've got a little bit more paint on the hair here of Cersei and the dress. This is not the color I'm going to do the dress. I want the dress to be more blue-green as in the DVD. I don't... I need to mix up another paint for that. But I am planning on getting a move on, because the next section of the DVDs I want to get into is painting female skin tones, and the practice I get on Cersei here I want to use on these other ladies, these hassle-free minis that I've also started. So I have a good reason to paint a lot at the same time. Then we've started, this one is just primed. He's actually primed black, unusually for me. I started putting down some base coats for the fur vest and the table, and this ogre. This guy, well, yeah. Just, yeah, same thing. And then we have the pirates, which are mainly just primed. I've done a very thin dark brown paint wash on this guy to see where all the detail is, because there's a lot of stuff that's going to be brown. I mean, the chest is going to be wood, his fur is going to be some shade of brown, the monkey I mean, and the dirt is going to be brown. I haven't put this on any special base, but I've done that for all the other pirates. I can show you one of them here. See, they're primed white, and then I've just put a thin coat of brown on the base to make that pop a little bit more. And yeah, we have a bunch of different pirates here. We have Captain Hook here. We have a guy with one leg, a treasure map, and a parrot on his shoulder. I wonder who that is. Oh, and so forth and so on. Now, some of these have pistols. Well, only one of them has a pistol. Or does this guy have a pistol? Yeah, oh, and this one has a pistol in his belt. Which, for purely fantasy setting, doesn't work, but oh well. We can make it work. Yeah. So the plan for next week is to, like I said, with the help of the stuff, I'm not going to finish Cersei completely, I don't think, because there's a lot of difficult subsections of the DVD about first the skin and the hair and the painting the sheer cloth, and then doing a lace pattern on the sheer cloth. I'm sort of dreading that. I don't know if I have the patience for it. But anyway, we'll start with the skin and the hair. And when we'll do, if I do the skin and the hair on this one, she's done. There's nothing more to her. Like, yeah. The others are like, after the skin and hair, there's the staff. And, oh, she's got a necklace. And that's it. And here we've got the leather bikini and a shield and spear, and that's not too difficult to finish up. So that's my main priority, to get these girls finished by next week, and then I'll probably do more work on the ogre and the troll, because those are the most fun minis, and we'll see how far we get to the pirates.
Now, because I'm known to prioritize monsters when painting, because I find them more interesting. So those two remaining monsters will probably be done by next week, so I need to start prepping something new. And I thought I'd do something interesting, a little comparison project. I have this D&D Collector Series Behir from Gale Force 9. Here's what it looks like. It's a big 8-legged, semi-draconic, lightning-breathing lizard thing. And I actually have a Behir from Reaper Bones. So I thought I'd paint these up side by side and try to do the same paint jobs on them, essentially, and yeah, see if there's any difference in quality. Now, I don't know if there's... The boxes are very different in size, so I don't know. Well, okay, so this guy comes in many small pieces. Wow. Yeah, that's all of it. I thought I could do like a dry fit and to see how big it's going to be. Yeah, that's not going to be practical. I opened up this thing in advance a little bit. Let's see what we got here. How large is this? Yeah, this is also a lot of small pieces. So I can't really tell. I have no idea. I mean, just intuitively, it seems like the bones here is going to be smaller, but I can't really say for sure. You'll just have to check back next week and see how far I get in the assembly. I suppose they'll be assembled by then. Yeah, but I think this will be interesting. I mean, it's possible that the extra size for this one is simply the fact that the big rock he's curled around, and otherwise they're similar. But as I said, we shall see. Also, I'm not really sure I'll get around to it, but just so you know, I am on the path of more pirates. I have all 3 of the boxes for the Pirates of the Dragonspine Sea. This is box 2. And if I need to prep more projects to fill my queue, this is what's next in line. Now, looking at these, there's another 6 minis here. Let's see if we can have a look. Unfortunately, these do not have the same kind of very nice integral bases. The first set had bases that were all of a uniform size, and they included both planking and, for some reason, some more material underneath, some dirt. These just have like deck planking, and they're variable sizes, and even, I think, yeah, variable thickness. So that's unfortunate. I'll have to work that out. And by the way, this is the first example. This is actually a miniature that I realized I bought years ago in a blister pack. I think most of these are available individually, and I painted him up. This is what he looks like. So you can see here this oval base. I have glued it on to a plastic base, and then I added some green stuff, and I tried to sculpt a continuation of those planks into it. Semi-successfully, I think. Kind of looks like it fits. You can see if you look, you can see the separating line. But Oh well. I'll go for a different paint job this time. The one on the box, they've painted up the opposite way. Oh, he's not even bare-chested. They thought these muscles here, these abs, are covered in, I don't know what, spandex or something? Brown spandex, it looks like. That's silly. But they kind of did it the opposite way. He has blue pants there. I have red pants on mine. But, well, we'll see. I'll see if I can take some inspiration from this guy. Anyway, that's in the pipeline. No new minis to show you this week. No new arrivals, that is. But I do have something miniature related. If you recall, a while back, a year or so maybe, I backed a Kickstarter for a book about the history of Grandeur miniatures, which was a sort of a pictorial. And now I've backed the supplement to that, which is sort of an expansion, a continuation, sort of volume 2. And what it is basically mostly just a lot of pictures that have been reproduced from old advertising and catalogs and the like. And you can see what these minis used to look like. And just like the previous book, it's a historical reference, and there is some information. They have compiled, well, historical data about the production of the minis, who sculpted them and so forth. And actually at the end they have added something more, which is they've found, I don't know, I haven't checked if it's all of them, but seem to have found most of the newsletters put out by Grandeur Miniatures as the Grandeur Bulletin, and they've been reproduced here. And this is easily half the book, if not a bit more, of like old typeset newsletters, which yeah, if you're a historical nerd and you have an interest in the history of the industry, and I am that sort of nerd, of course, this is fascinating stuff. And yeah. Let's see if I have the time to read through this thoroughly before the summer is over. Anyway, another video comes to its close. Hopefully it was an amusing watch. I hope you click like if you liked it, add a comment about what you liked particularly, and subscribe if you haven't done so before, and come back in a week because there will be another video. Until then, I'm Doc Yan, and signing off.